What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV. Your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And, man, I don't even know why I'm wearing that. There's no way to get around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to lie. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. I've never lied to y'all before. I won't do it now. Y'all see the headline. And I'm fully behind it. Bryce Young and Dave Canales sold us this game. They sold this game, bro. The offensive play calling was terrible. Bryce Young, you make a bad play call in trying to throw that first touchdown when you've already rolled out twice on this drive and picked up yardage, and you have another opportunity to just roll out and beat the DB to the pylon and dive for the ball. And you don't do it. Canales, I don't know what game plan, what play call you had tonight. I don't. Does anybody know? Or not tonight, last night. That's how frustrated I am. That's how frustrated I am. When you have the defense show up the way they did, especially our secondary, come away with 3 interceptions on Brock Purdy on a Kyle Shanahan offense. And should have been a fumble, too. Don't know how Morick doesn't come up with that fumble. Off of Christian McCaffrey dropping the ball. And you come away with 3 points in the half. You scored more when the defense didn't give us the ball. Ain't that something? Nani? You scored more when the defense didn't give us any turnovers than when they gave us 3 in the first half. One of them put us right in the red zone. I don't get it, bro. And then not only that, here's why I say it's Bryce and Canales. Canales, you ran the ball 9 times. Let me make sure that's the correct stat because I don't want to get it wrong. Because I know you didn't run the ball much. I can tell you that for a fact. I can tell you that Rico had 6 carries. Chuba had 3. Shoot, Bryce had 4. So for a total, you ran the ball 13 times. And here's the crazy part. I'm not even mad at you for doing that if you're really trying to attack the passing scene, but you didn't even attack their passing defense the way you attacked Atlanta's. Atlanta's last week, you utilized T-Mac in the slot so much, which opened up a lot of mismatches. Didn't do that. We were calling some real questionable play calls. All throughout the day, we don't run the ball. For some reason, we were barely running it with Rico. Rico barely seemed like he was in the game at all at any point. I saw Chuba Hubbard way more than I saw Rico, and I couldn't understand why. And I'm mad because, Bryce, I got to hold you accountable. Like, when we're in the red zone, and again, that play action, I'm not mad at the play action if you just decide to take it and run there. If the play action, if you were doing a play action rollout in the red zone, and when you come out of the very first play action, as soon as you turn, if you're going to pass the ball, it has to be immediate. If you have to hold the ball in any capacity longer than a second, you need to just run the ball or throw it at the clear back of the end zone. Or, which what I would have preferred, had you checked into a run, or Canales, you called a run when we got within the 5-yard line, especially with Rico Dowdle, who, crazy enough, had the biggest run of the day. So it's not like anybody within 5 yards could have stopped Rico if you just give it to him three straight times on dives. I'm sorry, not sorry. Because then we finally get the pass game opening up in the second half, get a big shot over the top to T-Mac, who uncharacteristically was dropped a pass on a comeback. Leggett, let's not forget him, regressed back to second week antics to where he was forgetting that he was out of bounds, forgetting where he's at on the field. But we get the pass to T-Mac, and it's like, all right, bro, we've cut the lead to 1. We're fine. Just take the extra point and cut the lead to 1. Oh, they get a penalty. All right. Set the penalty on the kickoff. No, you want to go for 2. And then when you go for 2, rather than just run the ball on the 1-yard line, you try to do a shotgun pass. Nani? And Bryce, this is why I got to hold you accountable too. You should have immediately checked into just a dive run with Chuba on the 1-yard line. Just checked into it. That's why I'm blaming Canales and Bryce for that. Because why? We got the ball moved to the 1-yard line for a reason. Why? It logically does not make sense. I couldn't have asked for our secondary to play any better. I could have asked for our defense to play any better. The only thing I really would ask is, Avira, please, for the love of God and good and holy, stop sagging our corners off 12 to 15 yards deep when the situation is 2nd and 8 or 3rd and 7. Press up. Or at least make sure they are no further than the sticks. And don't drop back any further than that. Because I'm sick and tired of it being 2nd and 8, and we have an opportunity to make it a long 3rd down. He sags off all the DBs 12 to 15 yards deep. All they do is a stop hitch route, and they get it all the way down to make it a 3rd and 1. Guess what? Their next play, Christian McCaffrey runs right up the middle, or Brian Robinson runs right up to the side. Now they got a 1st down. Or Brock Purdy decides, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to quarterback sneak it. Move the chains. That's my tidbit with you, Aviro, because I don't get why you're doing that. But this game falls solely on Bryce Young and Dave Canales. It is 100% their fault. Bryce, you have to make better play decisions and on the field and certain checks in certain situations. Canales, you got to call a way better game, because I don't know what game plan you were calling. If you were afraid of Robert Sala's defense, which did not blitz Bryce much at all. And Bryce, I've been saying it all season, and it showed today. When you use your legs, you can get yardage. Shoot, you got on 4 carries, you got 15 yards, and you were averaging almost 4 yards a carry. Guess what, Bryce? You get, if you're averaging 4 yards a carry, I'm going to tell you something. Quick maths. You do that 3 plays, that's 12 yards. You know what that equates to? A 1st down every time. They were biting on the play action all night. So all you had to do was just take it up stride, get 4 to 5 yards, make it easier. It's not rocket science, bro. You were overthinking rather than doing what you did last week and in every game that you've won. You did not play to your strengths, and y'all sold us the game. And then what's even crazier is, like, we had 2 drives just stalled out immediately off 1 holding penalty. Because overall tonight, I don't think either team was penalized that much. I know for a fact that the San Francisco 49ers weren't. There were 4 penalties by the Carolina Panthers for 30 yards. 2 penalties for 6 yards by the San Francisco 49ers. So, I'm mad because we easily could have won this game. Easily. Shoot, even with the bad play calling that we did, bro, even with the bad play calling and all the bad offensive production, we were still in this game till late in the third. And we couldn't get back to what we were doing last week. We didn't open up the playbook, and we didn't utilize our workhorses and utilize the mismatches that we were able to exploit last week. We just didn't. We had an opportunity, and we didn't close. That's why teams don't take us seriously, because when we have the opportunity, we don't close. When Tampa Bay lost last week, and we lost the other week when we were playing the Saints, because Tampa Bay's on a three-game skid right now. If y'all didn't know, they've lost 3 straight. When we played the Saints, that was our chance to take the NFC South lead in, or at least tie it, cut the lead down. Nope. Have a chance to be sole leader of the NFC South today. Nope. This is the consistency that we've been talking about. This is the consistency factor. One week y'all do great, the next week you do bad. The next week you do great, the next week you do bad. Bryce and Canales, y'all have to consistently do this every week. We've seen you can be great. I've been adamant in saying, yo, give these guys time and they can figure out the consistency and they can be great. But it is late in the season, and if you want to make a payoff push, now is the time to figure out the consistency factor. Now is that time. So, yeah. That's the, oh man. And then not only that, bro, we lost even more people to injuries in the wake of this defeat, and it just, I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this, bro, because in last night's game, J.C. Horn went out due to a concussion. We lost another offensive lineman in Chandler Zavala due to his calf. Corey Thornton went out due to his ankle. And Claudin Sherrillis, we lost another linebacker due to a concussion. Like, bro, what? Nani? We can't catch a break. And see, this is why I told y'all I think we should have a 60-man roster. A lot of y'all told me 60-man is too much. No, this is why I am a firm believer in the 60-man roster. Potentially 65. Because this is just ridiculous. Maybe 65 doing it too much, but Jesus Christ. And JC balled out. Thornton even came in and was balling out. Sherrillis was doing a good job. Zavala was holding his own, and now we just got more injuries. And looks like we're going to have another different O-line starting next week. Hopefully JC is good to go. Hopefully Sherrillis is good to go, because we still don't know about Roseboom nor Trevin Wallace. Hopefully Thornton is good to go and it's nothing serious. And it's like, bro, whatever could go wrong went wrong. Milo Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong went wrong in that game. But now, with all that being said, we got to take a look at the NFC South picture, y'all. And y'all see it. Tampa Bay, they 6-5. We are 6-6. Tampa Bay gets Arizona next week, which is should be an easy win for them. While we have to take on the same team that just smacked Tampa Bay 31-7 in the Rams. As a Panthers fan, I feel like this is something we can all agree to. The Panthers make things harder than it needs to be. The Panthers rarely give us anything easy. Even in our 15-1 season with Cam, there were games that were way harder than they needed to be. For example, y'all remember that New York Giants game, the Josh Norman OBJ game? Remember how we were up on that game, like most of the game, but the Giants still came back and made it close, and we had to win off a last-second field goal that it shouldn't have happened? Even when we have it easy, we make it hard, and I don't like it. It's like the nature of the franchise. It's like, nah, we're I know we're the cardiac cats for a reason, bro, but come on. I know we're the cardiac cats for a reason, but bro, can we stop? Just make it easy for a little bit. Just the opportunities were there. Opportunities were there. And I don't want us to get in a situation where we have to hope that Tampa Bay loses again, which honestly, that's the situation we're in right now. And we have to hope that we just beat Tampa Bay. And then somehow, some way, New Orleans can do what they did to us and beat Tampa Bay. I'm just sick, man. That game last night left a bad taste in my mouth. But the positive, because he balled out, my Panther freeze frame of the day, man, goes to the one J.C. Horn off his first pick, because J.C. had a phenomenal game, bro. J.C. had a phenomenal game. One for the ages, 2 picks, both really clean. I wish you could have taken one back. I think that really would have shifted momentum, or Mike Jack, either one, and it would have really shaken the game up. But with that being said, y'all, it is now time for Panther Nation to speak their truth. And that's where I just read y'all comments, because y'all leave great comments and things like that. And the first comment comes from Thumb Bob. Thumb Bob. He says the defense needs to play like they did in the second half of Atlanta. There needs to be a blitz from one more every play. Honestly, the defense showed up. The defense did what they were supposed to do. 3 takeaways, bro. We literally won the takeaway battle with 3 takeaways and still lost. Defense did what they were supposed to do. Second, comes from Jesse Case. Says, regardless of what happens tonight, let's all remember that at least as of right now, we can say we are leading the damn division, which is another reason why we must play to win. The tables have turned. Faker Mayfield is hurt, and now is our chance. We were just playing to have an improved feel-good year, but now we're at the top of the things are different. It's time to play for real and play for keeps. We got to keep pounding. I mean, yeah, that's all we can do, man. It just sucks that we have to do it this way, and we're making it harder than necessary. Making it way harder than necessary. And then last one comes from TK. Comes from T. Atkins Trading. Man said, the play to win, don't play to keep from losing is top tier. And honestly, I felt like that's how Canales was playing. I felt like that's how Avira was playing on defense. They were trying to play from losing rather than trying to go out and win, just based off the play calling. And speaking of, another thing that I didn't address, the sense of urgency. I need Carolina to know when to really have a sense of urgency and go no huddle, because we wasted a lot of time at the start of the fourth quarter when we got the ball back unnecessarily. We should have been going no huddle when we had the ball with 8 minutes to go. Like, we were wasting way too much time not knowing how to do that. I don't get it. This is what the situation called for. You have to have these plays ready on rapid fire and rapid succession, ready to rock and roll. But what do I know, man? I'm just very irked, y'all. But that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always be notified of when these videos dropping. Next, comment below. Let me know, what are your thoughts about the play calling and just both the bad showing by Bryce and Dave. It was not just Bryce. Don't even go there, because you're not going to sit there and tell me the play calling by Dave wasn't atrocious either. It was both of them. Let's all agree on that. Both of them were the issue. Secondly, what are your thoughts on the injuries? Do you think these are going to be serious or anything like that? And thirdly, how y'all feeling about the path, man? How you feel about the path? I know I still say 10-7, and that's what I said. I got to stick with it. Floor, again, has always been 8 and 9. Ceiling has been 10 and 7. So this kind of is on track with what I expect. But it's going to be. Let me know everything in the comment section below. And if you want to see my initial reaction from last night, it's up on the personal channel. Y'all see it down there at Tornado McRae on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love, all you Panther Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see y'all next time.